I have a lot of old VHS tapes lying around. I mean, just look at this. 2 whole shelves full of them. I used to just let it run for hours at a time on the movie channel between midnight and 6 a.m. just to see what kind of stuff I came up with. After all, it was free movies and less illegal than LimeWire. I might make some videos showing off some of my more unique acquisitions, but because of the holidays, let's take a look at something holiday related. Koopa Claus. For me, it really doesn't get much more nostalgic than this. One of my earliest memories is watching the Super Mario Bros. Super Show every day on TV, and actually throwing a tantrum if I missed it. So I guess in order to shut me up, my mom eventually started getting the episodes on tape so I could watch it whenever I wanted. It's actually stuff like this that taught me to use modern technology, like the VCR, cable box, and later on, computers in general. I didn't know exactly how it worked, and I didn't care. All I needed to know was put in the tape, press play, and see Mario.
Hey, paisanos! It's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show!
Hold on a second. Okay, now that that's out of the way. The tape opens, like all the episodes, with a live-action segment depicting Mario and Luigi in their home in Brooklyn. And I gotta say, this is probably my favorite live-action interpretation of the brothers. Out of all 3 of them, I guess. That's professional wrestler Captain Lou Albano as Mario, alongside Canadian actor Danny Wells, who also played Charlie the Bartender on The Jeffersons.
You didn't tell me that!
In this particular episode, the Mario brothers are so strapped for cash, they have to resort to giving their own belongings to one another as Christmas presents.
Don't come in yet, Mario! I'm not done wrapping your present! Wait a minute!
Oh yeah, that bow is really essential to conceal what's inside. And you'll never guess what their Christmas feast is.
It's 2 garbanzo beans. That's all we could afford.
Wow, that is hilariously sad. Where would you even buy 2 loose garbanzo beans? I can get a whole can at Walmart for 68 cents. Is he paying in pesos? As they're lamenting that things can't possibly get worse, things suddenly get worse.
It's Christmas. I'll get it.
Is he implying that he wouldn't get it if it wasn't Christmas? They open the door and welcome a very tired and weary man named Nick into their home.
Oh, I'm so tired. Somebody stole my transportation.
But the Mario brothers, such good-natured souls they are, give their only food and presents to their guest who, honestly, seems like a bit of a mooch to me.
Oh, it must be wonderful getting presents on Christmas, huh?
You're Santa Claus! Well, at the very least, he does seem genuinely grateful for his gifts.
Boots!
Yeah.
And a wrench!
But their compassion is rewarded as they wake up the next morning and find their presents returned to them. I think it's a really weird explanation.
The cops found my transportation, and there was a little something under the seat for you.
Okay, disregarding the absurdity of Santa Claus getting help from the police, what exactly was under the seat for them? The only thing I see that wasn't there before is a pizza. So Santa Claus, in all his infinite power, thanked the 2 brothers who gave him everything they had with a single large pizza and a tree made of toilet brushes. Mooch. Okay, maybe I'm reading too much into this. It's a kid's show, but there's a friendliness and kindness here that just makes you feel good.
Merry Christmas, Mario!
Merry Christmas, Luigi!
Come here, my brother.
Come here, my brother.
Get off me!
With that done, we go into our main feature, Koopa Claus. And it doesn't waste any time as we're immediately introduced to Koopa Claus himself, smashing up toys for Christmas.
I hate Christmas. I hate gifts. I hate giving. Christmas. Bah, I'm Coop.
You can't just say how your character's feeling. That makes me feel angry! His diabolical plan goes beyond just smashing up toys, as he intends to freeze Santa's workshop.
The ice bombs are loaded on the sleigh, Koopa Claus.
Well, if by loaded you mean piled up next to it.
Bah, I'm Coop on Christmas.
Meanwhile, our heroes have arrived via Bugs Bunny Express, but they were expecting somewhere very different.
I got a funny feeling we are not in Hawaii land.
What's going on, Toad? You were in charge of getting us here.
I knew I should have made that left turn at Albuquerque. But they figure as long as they're in the North Pole, they might as well stop by Santa's workshop. And we're also introduced to our character arc for the episode.
Presents! 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 I just know he's got a fabulous present for me. Did someone say something about a present? I've always got time to get a Christmas present. Yay! A snowboard! I love Christmas!
I first saw this episode when I was about 4 years old, and for years I didn't even realize that snowboards were a real thing. Of course, growing up in Southern California, I only had a vague knowledge that snow was a real thing either. When the group finally reaches Santa's workshop, they discover that Koopa Claus has frozen everything and kidnapped Santa himself.
This can't be happening. We'll never have Christmas again. I'll never get another present.
I'll never get another present! Except for birthdays! And from my actual friends! Just like the snowboard I got 5 fucking minutes ago! They use the teeter-totter to create a makeshift catapult and take Koopa's sleigh down with a surprisingly well-aimed shot. Although you wouldn't imagine they're in a hurry with how long it actually takes.
I'm supposed to toss this to you?
Then bring it to me. Set it on a teeter-totter.
He's getting away, guys!
Mario, you stopped Koopa.
But we still have to catch him.
They partake in a cracktacular chase sequence where Koopa uses Santa as a toboggan and leads the party into an ambush.
Koopa flurry back! Attack!
Whoa, that's awesome! How come they never did that in any of the games?
Let's fight fire with fire.
You mean fight ice with ice?
Leave the jokes to me, Luigi. They take them out with little trouble and chase Koopa into a cave, which seems to be part of the pinball dimension. Unfortunately, they overshoot the exit and land in a snowbank.
Alright, no more Mr. Nice Koopa. I got the jolly man, see? One false move and he goes over the cliff.
Doesn't Christmas mean anything to you?
Christmas? Christmas is a bah-hum coop. A bah-hum coop. A bah-hum coop.
Okay, show of hands, who didn't see that coming?
You take the princess and Toad. I'm gonna save Santa with my plumber snake.
Oh yeah, in the show they really drive the point home that Mario and Luigi are plumbers, something that never really came to light in any of the games. Of course, this raises the question of if he always has his tools on him, why doesn't he use them earlier when he's fighting flurries or trying to take down Koopa's sleigh? Wouldn't an Indiana Jones-style whip with a claw on it be, incredibly useful? Especially in a world of cartoon physics? Anyway, after Santa is saved and Koopa is defeated by diving into the same animation cell background that was previously claimed to be lethal, the crew returns Santa to his workshop.
I wonder how long it'll be till the workshop thaws out.
Not in time for me to make my deliveries, that's for sure. There will be no Christmas this year.
Nobody will receive any presents, except the ones they give to each other. So I guess this will be just like every other year.
Here, Santa, take my snowboard. At least you'll have one present you can give.
But through the power of Toad's unselfish act, which is apparently the only unselfish act Santa has ever witnessed, yeah, way to throw all of humanity under the bus there, Nick, the day is saved.
The spirit of Christmas giving is touching everything.
Toad, your unselfish act fills me with the warm spirit of Christmas.
And it melts Koopa's ice. It's going to be a Merry Christmas after all.
Mario Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Of course, Deke Video probably knew there wasn't enough here to really justify a full purchase, and they added 2 other episodes as a bonus. So let's move on to the second segment, Stars in Their Eyes. The group, now suddenly space explorers, crash land on the planet Quirk, who are traveling there for insert reasons here. As they make a Wizard of Oz entrance, crushing the slave master Astromouser and freeing the local population in the process. Unfortunately, the lower gravity of the planet Quirk requires them to make some special preparations.
Use these tools for ballast. They'll hold you down.
Again with the tools. Okay, we get it. They're plumbers. But it's like the show has some sort of fetish for whipping out its tools as often as it can. Yeah, Peach seems a little too happy to be putting that hammer in her sleeves, doesn't she? Wait, Toad, what are you doing? Oh god, what are you doing? The Quirks offer to help them, but Astromouser comes too, and he is not a happy rodent. Okay, the fact that the bombs are flat here is actually pretty clever. Somehow we know we've been hit before we've actually been hit! Mayday! But thankfully, it's plumbers to the rescue. Literally this time.
That's That's what I call shower power.
If only our rocket ship were as easy to fix.
Too bad our powers of Plumber Ex Machina don't extend to matters of intergalactic travel. The Quirks tell them they'll be able to get supplies in their factory, but it's heavily guarded, requiring them to sneak in. And yes, their disguise really is that bad.
I hope these quirk disguises work.
Our own Mamma Mia wouldn't recognize us.
Okay, I'm not going to question the fact that the disguises work, because it is established that the Koopa Troopas are pretty dumb, but I am going to question why they just happen to have a set of quirk disguises in the first place. And, shock and horror, their plan doesn't actually work. Moonman Koopa manages to catch them by using a magnet to attract their tools in their pockets. Holy crap, actual plot points that make sense in a Super Mario Bros. Cartoon? What planet am I on? Oh, right. Now that the plumbers are Koopa slaves, Mario tries to lead the Quirks into rebellion, soon discovering that the shackles, electronically controlled, can be overridden with percussive sound. Any fans of the Beatles, I apologize in advance. With the chains and your eardrums broken, the crew collects their supplies and prepares to hurry to their ship. Koopa uses his magnet again, but this time the Quirks are ready and block it, allowing the Marios to escape.
Get going, gang!
And of course, what space opera is complete without a spaceship dogfight? Koopa attacks, but the Marios fight back using, what else? Spaghetti!
I'm just making spaghetti, suitable for Koopa's meteoric balls.
Sorry.
Come to Koopa, my little olive pit.
Oh, don't look now! But Koopa's rocket wants to eat our rocket!
Not this time, Toad! Pasta to the rescue!
Now that's pasta power.
With Koopa's ship crippled and the Quirks free, it's time for the finishing blow.
If this worked on Koopa's shackle system, maybe it'll work on his rocket.
Trust me, you are not ready for this.
A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
You call that music? Stop that racket! I hate that music! I hate spaghetti! I hate quirks! I hate those plastic.
Thus the day is saved and Koopa is defeated, all thanks to the Legend of Zelda theme.
Beam us down to the nearest pasta, Luigi.
Finally, we reached the third segment of the video called Too Hot to Handle. I always used to think this is where they were planning on going in Koopa Claus before they got detoured, but I'm pretty sure it's completely unrelated. The group travels to the island of Wacky Wacky and meets these characters who I swear were the basis of the Piantas in Super Mario Sunshine. The leader is named Scooter, who talks like a surfer who fell off his board one time and spent about 8 minutes underwater.
Hi, Princess Babe. I'm Scooter, leader of the Aloha people. Welcome to Wacky Wacky, the island of paradise.
After listening to this guy for only a few seconds, you're just gonna wish they had dubbed over all his dialogue with this. But a sudden earthquake begins to break the island apart.
The fire gods vomit again.
After saving the princess by sticking a plunger to her ass, it's revealed that Koopa has usurped the position of Fire God, supported by his henchman Fry Guy, who honestly has one of the coolest voices in this entire series.
What should I do with the real Fire God? The lava machine's ready for full destruction, your Koopa-ness. Hot stuff. I can't wait. Yes, your royal nastiness.
He sounds like Optimus Prime's brother who goes to Humboldt University.
You ready for your broadcast? As the fake Fire God?
Princess Toadstool must be thrown into the volcano at sundown, or the great volcano will explode and destroy your island.
The islanders, like the religious sycophants they are quick to obey.
Grab the babe and throw the others into a pit!
Ah yes, a pit. Surely a pit will be an indestructible prison for someone whose greatest power is jumping. Naturally, the three escape with little effort and find an Ostro to take them up the mountain. So Koopa sends his Shy Guys in armed with the bombs. But fortunately, the Marios are armed with fruit. They reach the top of the volcano, but are unable to prevent the sacrifice.
Sorry, dude! We take our orders from the fire god!
It was all a trick! Koopa's got the princess!
Now with the princess in tow, Koopa decides to flood the island anyway, with lava that I think looks more like Chef Boyardee ravioli. You'll never guess how he plans to escape.
Inflate the fireproof lava boat!
Apparently you can just add the word fireproof to anything and it'll just work. Fireproof ice, fireproof matches, fireproof gasoline. Back on the surface, the brothers run for their lives, eventually finding a secret entrance into the depths of the island. When they discover his plan, they decide to use their super plumbing skills to redirect the pipes of his lava machine.
Plugging up pipes goes against everything we stand for.
When Koopa goes to inspect the malfunctioning machine, the Marios are ready for him.
Welcome aboard, princess!
Let's hope this lava boat really works!
I'll get you for this, you meddling Marios!
Koopa escapes through a warp zone, leaving Fry Guy to face the lava on his own, which... Wait, why is that a problem? Isn't he made of fire? Anyway, through the power of poorly defined geography, the group escapes and Toad makes a reference that I'm sure won't ever become dated.
This is a definite E-ticket ride!
Yeah, I didn't even know what that meant when this was new. With the real fire god back in his rightful place, they celebrate in the only way the Marios would find appropriate.
Our guests deserve a spaghetti luau!
That's awesome.
Now I know why they call this paradise.
Because clearly you can't get spaghetti anywhere else. And that was the classic Mario Brothers VHS Koopa Claus. What the fuck was that? I remember really liking this cartoon as a kid, but it has not aged well at all. The live-action segments are enjoyable just for how much fun the actors seem to be having, but the cartoon itself is just so corny and stupid.
I wouldn't want any of my regulars seeing this schlock.
I think even back then, I realized stars in their eyes was the best part of the video, and I really only sat through the others as a formality. But even with that said, the titular episode is probably the weakest one on here. As a holiday special, the 5-minute live-action segment probably has more Christmas spirit than the entirety of the 13-minute cartoon. It might be worth checking out as a curiosity, especially if you want to know how Nintendo was experimenting with the properties in early years of the Mario franchise, but beyond that, you're really not missing much. Everybody have a happy holiday, a fantastic new year, and as always, happy gaming.
Do the Mario! Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario. Take one step, and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. You got it. It's the Mario. Do the Mario. Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario. Take one step, and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. Come on now, just like that.